On from coaching, we also talk about counselling. Counselling is used more to address a personal or attitudinal problems rather than those related to ability. So with ability, we talk to coaching. This is more personal attitudinal problems. There are three big things I want you to remember here: empathy, acceptance, and congruence. In counselling, the counsellor seeks to understand the problem from the other's perspective. So all the stuff we talked about in terms of empathy and EQ, this is where it really comes to the fore. You've got to avoid making judgments about the person's past actions or their intentions, so accepting what they're having to say. And also, you need to aim to show genuine concern for the person and their interests. So their interests must come first. Your role as a counsellor is to listen and to facilitate. It's not to give advice or tell the person, you should do this, you should do this. I was stuck with a similar situation, and this is exactly what I did, and you need to do that as well. Let the person resolve the problem by themselves so they feel that they are in control. In terms of when to use counselling in an organisational setting, a big one here is when employees are faced with other career options. From my own personal experience, when I was given the option to come back to Monash and be a lecturer here, that was a very tough decision because I really did love my managing director and I loved the work that I was doing. I sat down with him, he was very empathetic, he was very accepting of the situation that I was going through and talked me through it. And so he listened to me, he was very open and listened to my decision and allowed me to make that decision with his complete support. If an employee is unhappy with you as a boss, it's a really good situation where you sit there and you listen, you try not to take anything to heart, and you help them work through, well, what can I do to make it a better situation? If an employee is unhappy with a work assignment, understanding where they're coming from and what you can do to help. It might be employee having a conflict with peers, it might be they're being stressed or burnt out, which is more and more common in the workplace now. An employee might share a personal problem, or they might be experiencing failure in a particular area. So listening to what they have to say, being non-judgmental, and showing genuine concern for the person and their interests.